There are tons of AI art sellers on Etsy like Four Sisters Print Shop who make over 11K per month selling AI art as digital prints. But sellers like these waste days creating mockups and cropping and upscaling. I've been a programmer for over 10 years and I've written software for million and even billion-dollar companies. And when I started my shop, I built a way to skip all of that. And within my first year, I was doing months like this. Today, we're going to walk through exactly how to get all of that time back by using mockups the right way. So let's go ahead and get into it. So as you can see, we have another classified CIA document here. This one's a little bit of a mini guy, but we're still going to walk through it just the same. So first and foremost, like I said in the beginning, mockups take up a ton of time for sellers on Etsy. And that's why I built an automation system to skip all of it. It just skips all the work and does it in the background. You just kick it off and it crops, mocks up, renames, resizes, everything you ever need for this business done for you automatically. Essentially, how it works is AI art goes in, mockups and upscale files come out. It really is that simple. It's just this big conveyor belt that walks through everything. And as a matter of fact, I have a beautiful diagram here to show it in action. So as you can see, we have our input folder that flows into a mockups folder and then flows into an output folder. Okay. So these folders are just a big waterfall, and essentially this runs your business for you. I know it looks pretty simple from the outset, and honestly, it is pretty simple. Like, that's a design principle I try to follow with software, is just make it as simple as possible. So the next question you might be wondering is, how the heck does it work, right? Well, it works through Photoshop scripting. So you need to have Photoshop for this to work. That's a common question. You do need Photoshop. It uses the Photoshop scripting environment to crop, upscale, render, do all that stuff for your files. So yeah, it's pretty slick, especially if you already have Photoshop, or you can get it for like $19.99 a month, I think, with the Lightroom and Photoshop bundle. I'll link that below if you want to check it out. But essentially, there is a specific way to prep your mockups to get them loaded into this automation, okay? And it takes about 1 second, but we're gonna walk through in this video, slow and steady, so it all makes sense. So I wanna walk through a couple of examples, starting with kind of a standard mockup. So let's go ahead and pull up Photoshop, show you what I mean. So here's a standard mockup, right? You can see the smart object here, right? This is like the art layer. If you're kind of new to Photoshop, a smart object means you can double click in and like change out this. It's like a template. And it'll reflect in the parent mockup like this, okay? So here's the super advanced step we need to do to prep it for the automation. Okay, you ready? We just have to call this, and you already see it right here, your design here. Done. And then you can just save it, and we're done. That's all you have to do. And then as long as it's in the proper folder, the script will open it up, check it out, give it a thumbs up, find the your design here layer, open it, and then what it'll do is pull in an art design. So whichever one it's looping through, it'll just plop it in like that. Click OK, save it, and there it is, reflected in the mockup, right? And it just does this on like an infinite loop for as many art designs as you put in the input folder, right? So that's kind of what I mean by this waterfall. So yeah, pretty straightforward. So this is sort of how you set up a already existing mockup. Maybe you got it from Etsy, or maybe you made it yourself. But all you have to do is rename the smart object to your design here, just like that, okay? But I do want to walk through a different setup, and this is actually specifically if you really are creating your own mockups and you're making custom mockups from Midjourney or whatever else. There is kind of an extra step, but it's really pretty simple and straightforward as well. So here's kind of an example of one that I created using Midjourney, and you can see I already set it up with the your design here layer, but I'm actually going to go ahead and delete that. See ya. So now it's just a blank mockup, right? This is like a Midjourney image, right? And you can see it actually, I used a generative fill to cover up kind of a placeholder. But all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and go back to my art folder here. Let's just throw in one of our designs like this, okay? So I'm kind of making a mockup right here in front of your eyes. So I'm going to right click this, convert it to a smart object, make it a little bit smaller, zoom in a little bit, and just kind of have it cover this area right here. Expand it a little bit. You can see there's going to be a little bit of cropping. I'll change the opacity so you can see the background here, right? See what I'm saying? And so now we just have to hit M, draw a little line around this guy. That looks great. And then I'm actually just going to click this layer. We already converted it to a smart object. I'm just going to create a mask. See that? Then I'm going to increase its opacity again, change its blend mode to multiply. And there we are. So that's kind of how you make a mockup, side note. But essentially all you have to do now because we already made this as a smart object, right? I just double clicked it. All we have to do is rename this to, you guessed it, your design here. And then go ahead and save it. Okay, so that's all we have to do to get this prep for the automation. And then once these two are ready, I can just go into Photoshop, File, Scripts, Browse, pull up the automation script, hit load. Here's kind of the basic screen. I'm actually not even gonna touch any of this. I'll just say no to renaming and then just click OK, and it's just gonna start pasting, right? You can kind of see it going live right here. I'll get rid of the flashing this for you, but like you can see it's just pasting the art into the mockups over and over and over, right? I'm not doing anything, hands are off. So this is where you can just kind of kick it off and like go about your day and let this business run for you on autopilot. So I'm just going to show you kind of how this works, right? You can see all the mockups it's generated, right? And it's just paste the art into each one. So, and I'm running it for, if I go back to my Tempest folder, 5 art designs, it's going to paste them in all the mockups, and it even crops and upscales the files for each one too. Creates a nice like output folder for everything. But you could run it for 500 if you really wanted to. It really is kind of this infinite leverage ability. So there is one more thing I want to walk through, and this is sort of an advanced booster for your listings, and that is video mockups, which yes, are also fully automated by the script. And there are 2 examples I want to walk through. One is a simple example and one is kind of a complex example, but either way, it's actually really simple once you kind of know the tricks to get the hang of it. So first and foremost, we have a very simple video mockup here that also looks pretty good. So if I go to Window and enable the timeline here, that's how you see video mockups in Photoshop, by the way, if you're curious. I can kind of scrub through this and start from the beginning, and you can see we got a nice fade in. We got the art design, right? So this is a smart object, and it's just kind of panning to the left and bottom, and we get a nice little preview of text right here, right? And all this stuff is a placeholder. So you can switch out this logo, you can switch out the art, right? This is actually the template that you have available if you join the AI Art Sellers Collective below. You just get it for free. But yeah, so it's pretty slick. It's one I've had a lot of success with as well. And what you do is essentially the same thing as we did before. So you just have to make sure the smart object, so this guy right here, right, is named your design here. And then this guy is named your design here. For video mockups, you can have multiple layers that are your design here, okay? And it'll just paste the art in each one, okay? Super simple, super straightforward. We could have 30 of these all moving in different directions, right? And if we just call each one your design here, the script will loop through each and paste it in properly, right? Double click, drop it in, save, then it'll be updated, right? Let's just do it to show an example. Drag it in, okay, save, and you can see it's reflected right there, right? And it even has the same motion. And then it'll just go ahead and do it in the second one too. So that's kind of the simple example. Now this is a more advanced example that we're going to walk through in this next one, okay? So now let's walk through one that's a little more advanced, and you're going to see why. Essentially, we have 3 layers like these, right? And you can see it's kind of at different points. So we have this kind of zoom in with the nice frame, and then a nice like pan down, much more zoomed in, and then kind of a zoom out with the little person right there. So pretty cool, right? Absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, right? A little more complex, but worth it because it's cool to have an advanced video like this. Now, how can we make this work with the automation, right? There's 3 scenes, there's nested smart objects, but the Tempest script is robust enough that it can actually make this work. So first, let's investigate exactly how this is set up. If we go to scene 1 and double click it, you can see it's not just a smart object. It is actually a whole little mini scene, okay? And then if you double click again, here's the smart object. So it's like double layered, right? And if I go back to the main image and I click on design 2, yet again, it is a whole second scene with a whole nother smart object inside of it, okay? So this is kind of Photoshop-y stuff, but it's pretty simple. Hopefully you can get it. It's kind of like Inception, right? Super simple. Everyone's like most easy to understand movie. So what we have to do here is we have to actually rename these as your design here all the way down, because the Tempest script will continue digging into each one. First of all, it can do as many layers as there are your design here's. Second of all, it will go continuously deeper and deeper and deeper until it reaches a layer that does not have your design here. And that's where it pastes in the art. Okay. So essentially what we have to do is just double click, call it your design here. I think I copied this. Yep. And so what it's going to do is the script is going to look at the main page of the mockup and say, oh my gosh, look, your design here, my favorite word. Double click. And then it's going to say, okay, now what? We don't want it to paste in the art. right? Because that'd be bonkers if it pasted in like this. No, no, no. We want to call this your design here so that we can dig in one more time and then paste the art in. And what it's going to do is actually resize it like that. It always makes it kind of like stretch to fill. Not stretch, but it expands it. So then if we save it, we can exit out and you can see it's updated like this. And then if we save this one, which the script will do for you, and exit out, you can see in the main page, it's updated, right? Pretty cool. But it's obviously not updated in the other two. So we actually do the exact same thing because the script will look for every your design here layer and dig in like sequentially. So double click this, your design here, double click to go into it, double click to rename your design here. Save, save. Same thing for the last one. Your design here, double click in, your design here, because then it'll dig in again, throw it in, save it. It treats it as a timeline, like a video, just as it normally would expect. And then you're good to go. So I'm going to save it again. And then now we're all ready. If I want, I can delete this little placeholder we did to get back to our pair, right? Let's delete this because we're actually already good. It'll always put the new art on top of everything inside the smart object, right? It's just smart enough to do that. So now we're good to go. Everything is fully updated. All we did was rename these 3 layers and then the inner layer inside of it. So now all I have to do is go into the script folder here, go into videos, and then just chuck it into the 4x5 vertical videos folder. So if I just go ahead and grab the vertical video mockup like that, that was the clean one. And then I can also grab the more convoluted one and add it in here. Okay, and then so all we have to do is go into Photoshop. I'll just go ahead and close everything. Yep, I'll save that. And this one was already set up, so we're good. Then I'm just going to run it with File, Scripts, Browse, just like we did before. Double click the script. And in the window, I can actually keep this even simpler and disable the cropped and upscaled images and the mockups and just have it create the videos, right? So if I click OK, it's going to just start kicking off and adding our art to the folders. So if I pull this up and go to the output folder once again, it's going to start with image number 1 here. And you can see it's actually uploading and exporting, as we speak. So it takes a couple extra seconds to export the video because it truly is like rendering a video. And this one's pretty convoluted and complicated, but it really doesn't take all that much time. And I mean, it just does it in the background. So even though it does take, 30 seconds to render, like you can just run it before bed and you're good to go. And what it'll do is just create this MP4 with the same name as the actual mockup. And then you're good. And then you can just drag all of these into Downpour, the upload software, and then it just uploads it automatically. So yeah, as you can see, that's kind of all there is to it. And like one of the reasons why I built this and built it the way I did is because I wanted you to have full control. Like you own these files. They're all on your computer, right? It's not some like thing where you just upload stuff and it crops it for you and the files just live on the cloud. Like you have these files, which I think just provides a lot of agency because like if you're watching this, you have an Etsy shop, you're a business owner, you want to have these assets for your business. You don't just want them to live in some software. So anyway, you can see it actually created this video right here. If I pull it up in our player, I mean, there it is, right? With the art design inserted in seamlessly, right? It's just a design we got right off Etsy, whereas this one we got from the AI Art Sellers Collective. This one's custom. And you can see, I mean, same thing here, right? It just creates it for the art design, pastes it in, everything is nice. And yeah, then it just keeps going and going. So to get things ready for the automation, it really is as simple as just renaming the layer to your design here, and then you're good to go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you're in the AI Art Sellers Collective and you're looking for a way to kind of rename a more complicated mockup, I hope this was helpful, just kind of sharing exactly how it works with the linear digging and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.